Hello all. So here I'm going to explain about one game which was played in our internal tournament March first week, rated players tournament that was played. It ended, there were good players participating, both below 1600 and also above 1600 players. It was a close fight, and this was one game where I wanted to tell you all something. White was okay, regardless of the names who played that. I think that is not what we want here. Um, White has a very good position according to me, because both his bishops are seeing the king side, also the knight, also the queen is ready to jump in somehow, whereas black is struggling to get counterplay on the queen side. He cannot get c5. Even if he gets b4, white always have the option of c4, and it's not a good sign for black. Here I felt that white misplayed the position. White played queen d1. Okay, even though it's a fine move, he played queen d1. Now with the idea of the Greek gift sacrifice, that is bishop into h7 check, followed by knight g5 and queen g4, which I can explain it to you. Let us assume that black plays a normal move like bishop b7. Here comes the tactical motif, that is Greek gift sacrifice, with bishop into h7 check, king into h7, knight g5 check. Black has obviously two moves with the king. If king g8, it is easy, checkmate. Queen h5 followed by queen h7, checkmate is coming. Even if black plays rook e8, you have queen into f7, king h8, queen h5 check, king g8, queen h7 check, king f8, queen h8 check, king e7, queen into g7 is a checkmate. So this is very famous Greek gift. This is called Greek gift sacrifice. There are so many mating patterns. One of the mating pattern is this. Anyway, bishop b7, bishop into h7 check, king into h7, knight g5 check. If black plays king g6, then you have this hyperactive queen g4. I think this is working clearly, because only move to avoid a discover check with the knight is f5, e into f6, knight into f6, because now if I take knight into e6, black can capture the queen, but nevertheless, I think this is already over, because after queen g3, black cannot avoid both knight into e6 and queen d3. This is already clearly winning for white. So, but black played well. Black played g6, and the game continued. Even though this is also clearly better for white, I think he got carried away and played some unnecessary moves, gave black some counterplay in the center, which is unnecessary. But even, okay, if you, as it is a rapid tournament, it was not easy for white to spend so much time on here. So maybe white faltered a bit, even though this position is still very good for white. I was analyzing this position. I was so curious, and I was analyzing this position. I wanted to make something work straight away instead of planning. Then I came back and I saw this nice energetic move, knight g5. Straight away, threatening h7 pawn. If you play g6 as black, it will get easier now, because knight e4 now. The same plan what white wanted to operate by playing queen d1, he is playing here. Idea is bishop h6, queen d1, queen f3 or queen g4, and queen s3, bg5, knight f6, whatnot. Everything is so brilliant for white. The same knight g5, knight e4 plan white played in the game by giving the c3 pawn away. But the bishop is on d2 here, and I think this is clearly way better for white. Knight g5, if you play the normal h6, knight h7 is a very good move. These are the things we don't consider in a game, which we should actually, because when the knight is in the corner, or it looks like trapped, right? If you play g6, it looks trapped. But that is the point. You need to calculate well in the game. Rook e8, queen d1, good move. This is what I really feel white missed, because, okay, my idea is very simple. I want to play queen g4 and play bishop into h6, and it's all over. As you can see, attackers versus defenders ratio. 4 pieces for me, whereas only, I mean, there is no pawn. There are only pawns. There are no pieces that protect the king. If black plays g6, this is one move which we all miss. When we are trying to play knight g5, knight h7, we all miss this beautiful move, queen f3. This is a brilliant move. So I'm taking time, because black cannot take king into h7 here in view of queen into f7 and bishop into g6, and it's all over. So he should defend this pawn. Let us say he plays a move like rook b7. Now it's easy. Knight f6 check, knight into f6, e into f6, as you can see. Bishop into h6, queen into c6, everything is falling, everything. I can also just play bishop f4 and bishop e5 and strengthen this. This is clearly winning for white. So this was the opportunity that white missed. If he would have won this, he would have won the tournament. But black held his ground. Black played some nice defensive moves in the end to win this game. Yeah, okay. As we always say, join us to be more proficient in chess, and also do play our internal tournaments. We are always looking to all the games. We are seeing for interesting stuff. As you can see, we are analyzing this, and yeah, do participate in the internal tournaments in PKCA. And for outside of PKCA, do join us to see the difference.